Hello, this is Chip Caldwell. Welcome to this executive dialogue overviewing the topic Achieving Speed, Spread, Scalability, and Sustainability in Health Systems based on our American College of Healthcare Executives sponsored national research of top performing organizations. During this session, we'll review several things. First, the origins of the burst improvement model that we call the 100-day workout. Secondly, the central role of developing middle managers using the approach we developed called Leader Effectiveness and Accountability Program. And then what to expect during your first 100-day workout, and how as senior leaders can you set expectations for your middle management team to assure optimal outcomes. First, how do we work with clients? We're looking for, in collaboration with you, the senior team, to assure rapid results in the first 30 days. We will know at the very outset the projected impact. Our goal is to help organizations achieve, based upon our research, that the top quartile of performers achieve a 1% reduction in operating expense every 100 days while controlling for quality. We do that through a couple of constructs, the most important being that top performers develop leaders to sustain change versus simply coming up with playbooks. This approach helps to connect the dots of existing initiatives and resources to drive implementation and to save time. CBAtools.com is a web-based set of apps that help directors drive performance while controlling for quality. And as you know by now, Caldwell Butler has a no-fee guarantee such that, unlike any firm we're familiar with, we don't expect payment until the CFO has validated 3 times what our cost would be. With that brief introduction to us, let's talk about the 100-day workout leader accountability structure. First, what it isn't. It's not an initiative or a project. And it's not a performance improvement method like lean or high reliability, nor is it a replacement of one. So what is it? The 100-day workout is a sustainable organization-wide change model based upon our 20 years of American College of Healthcare Executives research of top performers. It is an accountability structure that produces speed to implementation, accountability for rapid change, it complements existing performance methods, and it saves managers several hours each month by eliminating duplicate and unnecessary meetings. The third element of what it is, it's a leader development approach that develops leaders as skilled change agents, and through that process, it develops their confidence and enthusiasm versus the common fear that is imparted from other approaches like benchmarking or productivity systems. So how do organizations achieve margin improvement equal to 1% of their operating budget in our research? It centers around the fact that top performers master these 4 elements: the creation and development of implementable idea playbooks, this strong accountability structure we call workout, a mentoring approach to develop leaders, and real-time results tracking. So let's talk then in this brief session about structure and mentoring. First, what is the 100-day workout? It looks in a mental model like this. For 100 days, focusing on waste is the first 100 days that we recommend. And then during that 100 days, we will talk about whichever strategic levers make sense for the second and third 100-day workouts, whether that be staffing or whether that be supply chain or fees. comparing this to the approach that most lower performers follow, which is a one project at a time mentality. Looking at it over a period of a year, then one can see that in 100-day increments, the senior team, in collaboration with Caldwell Butler, set focus areas that we have high confidence together will achieve a 1% improvement in your operating expenses. So a couple of things I would say about workout. The first is that lower performers have a tendency to think projects and initiatives. The problem with bringing too many people together around a table is that it limits your capacity. An organization, therefore, might only have the ability to run 4 sequential project-based initiatives, where the 100-day workout is decidedly middle manager driven through their own independent initiative. So as you can see in this model, that where in a project-based system you're limited by the number of changes directors can make, but by focusing on independent initiative, allowing the directors, with support from senior leadership and through mentoring, to drive much more change within the organization. So much so, in fact, that our research illustrates that for every one change made by a manager and a low performer, a manager in a high-performing organization will have made 23 changes. And it's one of the reasons that by eliminating and consolidating a project-based or a meeting-based approach to improvement, it saves managers a lot of time by centralizing in a month around a single implementation-oriented accountability session. So that describes very briefly the 100-day workout structure. Let's look a bit at some of the concepts of mentoring. The LEAP process works like this. The directors are organized in groupings, not by vice president or not by division, east or west, or by entity, but rather organized cross-functionally to stimulate creativity between departments. And so in the first 100 days, each table of 8 directors will work on extracting waste. In the second 100 days, the top performers in your organization will be designated in a dialogue between the senior leadership team and Caldwell Butler coaches of which leaders in the organization can now learn to be change agents and coach their colleagues around the table at the second 100-day workout. In the third 100-day workout, yet another grouping of top performers is chosen, so that at this point you can see that we're beginning to build a critical mass of leaders who have been what we call leaped. These are leaders who have coached their colleagues with Caldwell Butler mentoring to drive sustainability in future independent workouts after Caldwell Butler has left. So setting expectations for middle managers, what is the senior team to think of? Well, as this research suggests, mentoring matters. That with coaching, this organization achieved $400,000 of improvement, where in a subsequent workout without the provision of coaching, the result was significantly less. So as a senior leader, what expectations would you set for the middle managers reporting to you to drive optimal results? Well, the first is to simply set the expectation of 8 implemented changes for every single director every 100 days, or 2 changes implemented each month. And the second key variable is to insist that managers attend monthly one-on-one coaching and mentoring sessions this matters. So what to expect during the first 100-day workout? Well, as you can see from the structure, that there is a kickoff and then a 30-day check-in, a 45-day structured review, simply a midpoint to test where are we, how much have we saved, are we confident we're going to be at the 1% point at the end of the 100 days, a 60-day monthly check-in, a 90-day, and then finally a summation or a check-in of results, and then we kick off the next 100 days. Or viewed in this way, at each kickoff, which is generally about a half day, 2 hours to 3 hours, and during that time, 3 times a year or every 100 days, that the directors will have been brought together to review goals of this 100 days and targets. They will be provided with training, new tools, new focus as appropriate, and during this session, it's a work session. They're asked to provide their first draft 100-day action plans before the end of this kickoff. And then very quick 2-hour or less check-ins every 100 days, or rather every month, to just test where are we confident we're going to be where we need to be at the end of the 100 days. And the last thing I'll review in this overview is CBAtools.com. This is what the website looks like. Accelerator will be the key tracking engine. Our staff will orient the middle managers in small group sessions and the senior team how to use this very effective online tool to track where you are. So what's next? Well, if you haven't committed to your first 100-day workout, the next step would be to schedule an executive session with one of us from our team to plan for your first 100-day operating expense improvement of 1%. Another next step could be to conduct an ACHE Caldwell Butler top performer comparative, allowing you to examine how your middle managers compare to middle managers of top performing organizations. And if you haven't done so, or at the conclusion of one or both of these next step tasks, to schedule your first kickoff. And I will leave you with, for more information, you can go to caldwellbutler.com or give any of us a call. I hope this session has been, a quick review has been helpful, and look forward to speaking with you soon.